My fellow Americans, our long national nightmare is over.
All right, that was part of President Gerald Ford's 1974 inaugural address. Ford was, of course, trying to bring the nation together following Nixon's resignation. Now, nearly 47 years later, President-elect Joe Biden is preparing for his own inauguration next week. Joining us now to discuss is presidential historian Doug Wead. Doug, thanks so much for being with us. It strikes me listening to, I guess, their president-elect Ford, or he wasn't, I don't even know what you call it, president who comes in on the heels of impeachment, but you can tell us in a second. It seems like every time we put an administration to bed, there is a contingent of a significant contingent of the American population that feels like, thank God that's over. Now we can get around to the nation's real business. It's kind of just part of the cycle, isn't it?
Yes, Gerald Ford was president. And when he gave the speech, I had long conversations with him about it. It was actually inaugurated in the East Room while Nixon was lifting off on the helicopter on the South Lawn. Yes, we've always had this, and we've had very contentious times. And the key is leadership. In 1800, there was a terrible partisan battle between Republicans and Federalists. The Republicans were the forerunners of today's Democratic Party. And Thomas Jefferson, in his inaugural, said, "We are all Republicans. We are all Federalists." He even defended people calling for an end to the country by saying they're like pillars or monuments to free speech. You compare that to people who want to end all, they want to have censorship today. And Lincoln, it was so remarkable, he said, with malice toward none, Jillian. Think of that. Charity for all. It was a very divided time. That's
so, Doug, are you saying that when you look at today and how divided the nation is and how much hate there is for our countrymen on the other sides of the aisle, how divided Capitol Hill is, are you trying to tell us that, like, we've kind of just seen all of this before and it's just part of the process?
Yes, I'm saying that it can be solved with leadership and compassion. Lincoln, it was a very bitter time. 400,000 young men were in graves. The country was filled with widows and orphans. And he said, malice toward none. I think maybe Joe Biden missed an opportunity as president-elect by attacking Donald Trump. He's got to let Trump go, let go of that bone, and show us the future. Where will you take us? What do you believe? We know what he believed.
Right.
And even Obama, he said he wouldn't let us call them Islamic terrorists. You don't attack the people, you attack the leadership. We're not against the people of Iran,
right.
We're against the leaders of Iran. And the same should apply in bringing this country together. We don't need to reprogram Trump voters, or as the former Secretary of Labor said, send them to re-education camps. We need to have malice toward none and charity for all.
I think your message is exactly what the nation needs. It's time to come together. It's time to put the nastiness aside, at least for one day, so that we can thank President Trump for his service on his way out. Welcome President-elect Biden. Everybody can get back to the business of trying to live their lives during this pandemic. Thanks so much for joining us this weekend. We really appreciate it. Love to have you back soon.
Thanks, Jillian.
You bet.
My friends are calling me all the time and writing me and saying, "You've disappeared from television. We can't find you. We don't see you anymore." This is the only way we've figured out how to beat the censors. If you subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell, you'll get notification when I'm on TV. Otherwise, you won't get my Instagrams, my messages on Facebook. It's censorship. So I want to hear from you. I want you to be able to hear from me.